Blaring alarms, glowing screens, crowded commutes. We live in a world that never actually powers down. This constant hyperstimulation has become our accepted modern baseline. Stress is often categorized as an abstract psychological state. In reality, it functions as a comprehensive physical survival response. Your biology cannot distinguish between a looming work deadline and a physical predator. Reading a tense email triggers the exact same chemical sequence as being hunted in the wild. Because modern pressures never truly retreat, millions of people now live in a state of continuous biological emergency without even realizing it. To understand why this is happening, we have to look at the sympathetic nervous system. This is an ancient biological tripwire designed by evolution to activate only during short, acute threats. This graph shows how that system was meant to work. When danger appears, you get a sudden, massive spike of hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. You fight or you run. Once the danger passes, those chemical levels plummet right back down. But our modern predators, financial pressure, endless notifications, never actually leave, so the chemical alarm stays on, flattening out into a permanent elevated plateau. In real time, this means your heart rate stays accelerated, your blood pressure climbs, and your bloodstream remains continuously flooded with cortisol. So, what exactly happens inside the organs of a biological machine when its emergency survival switch is jammed in the on position forever? The breakdown begins at the sensor itself, your brain. Under the constant pressure of elevated cortisol, the brain is one of the first vital organs to begin degrading. Look at the schematic isolating the hippocampus, a crucial region deep inside the brain that controls memory and emotional regulation. As dark waves of excess cortisol flood the area, it chemically impairs the tissue, causing these neural pathways to physically weaken and dim. This impairment traps you in a biological loop. A weakened hippocampus makes it harder to regulate overthinking and anxiety, which disrupts your sleep. That sleep deprivation signals further danger to the body, pumping a thicker, darker stream of cortisol right back into the brain. While the brain loops, the heart is preparing for battle. It races and pumps hard, bracing for intense physical combat, even if you are completely stationary at an office desk. Over months and years, this takes a massive toll on your cardiovascular system. The constant pumping creates chronic inflammation, sustained high blood pressure, and severe mechanical strain on the heart muscle itself. This mechanical strain accumulates over time, generating a persistent internal pressure that researchers now identify as a primary contributor to the rise of heart disease in younger, otherwise healthy adults. The chemical cascade also crashes into your digestive system. During a perceived crisis, the body intentionally shuts down digestion to reroute all available energy to your muscles. But when digestion is perpetually paused, the downstream effects are agonizing. It drives acid reflux, chronic bloating, and IBS. It alters the gut environment, leaving your immune system highly vulnerable to illness. And then there is how chronic stress rewires your metabolism. Believing you are in a never-ending crisis, your body alters its hunger hormones to aggressively hoard energy. Stress hormones may increase cravings for high-calorie foods, sugar, and processed comfort eating. Poor sleep combined with stress also disrupts hunger hormones. The result? Fatigue, low energy, metabolic dysfunction, and a body trapped in survival chemistry. Belly fat, brain fog, and chronic exhaustion serve as clear biological evidence of this shift. They reflect a body that is prioritizing immediate survival over long-term health. When you zoom out, the picture becomes clear. The seemingly disconnected ailments of modern life, the insomnia, the weight gain, the anxiety, the digestive issues, are all unified symptoms of this single systemic failure. The real tragedy of our 24-hour environment is the constant bombardment of noise. We are so overloaded with notifications and work pressure that many people no longer even recognize what a calm baseline nervous system actually feels like. But reversing this requires intentional biological recovery. You have to deliberately shut out the modern noise to send a clear signal to your body that it is safe to power down. Modern medicine is finally waking up to a stark reality, prolonged mental stress literally manifests as physical disease. In a society engineered to maximize stimulation, mastering the art of recovery has transitioned from a lifestyle choice into a necessary survival skill.